beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Further debate? The member from Richmond Hill.
Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure to raise at this House and to speak to Bill 150, Green Energy Act. At the outset, I would like to commend the Minister of Energy and Infrastructure for developing this bill and bringing it to this House. Mr. Speaker, in the past almost 130 years since the invention of current electricity, we have been burning coal and we have been pumping pollution to the air. The atmosphere around our planet, as we all know, is limited. And it's time for us and for all nations around the world to stop burning coal and polluting our environment. And the main objective of this bill is exactly that. We are going to introduce and we are going to build as much as we can renewable energy. And when we talk about renewable energy, the member from Pembroke, Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke, spoke mainly on wind energy. And the member from Spadina, Trinity Spadina, spoke about nuclear energy. And it appears to me that he means or he considers or he includes nuclear as a part of green energy, which I tend to agree with him. When we talk about renewable energy, it's not only wind energy or nuclear we should consider. There are other types of renewable energy, such as solar, hydro, biomass, biogas, landfill gas, geothermal, and also tide. So we are going to utilize and we are going to look into the utilization of all kinds of renewable energy. But one thing we should consider, and that is the point that wind doesn't blow all the time and the sun doesn't shine all the time. So we have to look at other source of energy which is reliable, and we have to always make sure that our baseline energy always there. When referring to solar energy or to wind energy in Germany, as the member from Spadina Trinity mentioned, there is one particular point which one should pay attention, that Germany imports enormous amount of nuclear energy from France. That's why Germany can rely heavily on its wind and solar energy. Otherwise, they couldn't. The other point, Mr. Speaker, I would like to bring to the attention of the House is that this bill is going to create 50,000 of green jobs. And this is going to include research and development, it's going to include manufacturing, it's going to include assembling, it's going to include installation workers, it's going to include service, and even it's going to include finance sector as well. This bill is going, once it is passed and implemented, it's going to set a strategy for the future of energy production, energy distribution in this province. One of the important features of this bill, Mr. Speaker, is that it's going to increase the number of sources of energy production in this province enormously. Now we are dependent on a few power plants, either nuclear or coal or hydro, or gas-fired plants. But with the introduction of this bill, our sources of energy production is going to be in hundreds and thousands as we increase our sources of supplies. Mr. Speaker, this bill, once it's passed, it's going, as I said, it's going to create a strategy for the future of energy in this province. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I would like to share my time with member for Bruce Huron, please.